Yo, sup everybody, it's Margis here, and welcome back to the channel. And today, we're gonna talk about how vehicles are whole again in Mario Kart World. And Nintendo seems to want to walk back on the idea of kart parts, and they want to return back to the good old classics from Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart DS, and the previous games too. And they want to get rid of the wheels and gliders and all of that. I see that they want to try to come back to the simpler times, just choosing the character and vehicle, and you don't have to deal with choosing the frame, the wheels and glider, plus the characters. I like that. It's a better way to get back into action, to get into the race a lot faster. But when Mario Kart 8 released, especially 8 Deluxe, I thought that vehicle parts was going to be a mainstay in the series because they bought that back from Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. When I seen that return, I assumed that the next Mario Kart is just going to have it. You know what I'm saying? But they end up walking back on kart parts. So, which I found interesting what they did. So this made me have some hope that I want some whole vehicles back again, such as some previous vehicles from previous games. You know what I'm saying? Like from Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart DS one. Those two games had some of my favorite vehicles. Like for example, in Mario Kart DS, we had a very popular vehicle known as the Egg 1. The Egg 1 was one of the best vehicles in that game. And it was a cool looking vehicle. It represents Yoshi and all of that. And any character in that game can use it once you unlock the access for them to do so. And also, the mini turbo in that game. You could snake in that game. And that vehicle was a very popularly used vehicle. It's a cool looking video. It's cute. It fits Yoshi very well. Another vehicle was also from Mario Kart DS that I also would like to see back into World, which is the Dry Bomber. It was basically a vehicle that looked like a mini world tank. That was basically Dry Bones vehicles in Mario Kart DS. And that was also another popular vehicle that people have chose for like time trials and whatnot. Because it was a very good vehicle for snaking. Because it has a lot of mini turbo for it and all of that. Those two vehicles were also Mario Kart DS. And they looked very cool. And I hope to see those two vehicles brought back. And let's move on to Mario Kart Wii vehicles. Another vehicle that I would like to see back is the Bullet Bike. And from Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii has some of the most unique vehicles, and the Bullet Bike is one of them in my opinion. And the Bullet Bike was also locked to lightweight characters only, because in that game, vehicles was locked behind weight classes in that game. But in Mario Kart World, it's no longer that's the case in the future Mario Kart games, at least in the new ones. They probably might return it back at some point in some other Mario Kart game, but right now, even in World, the vehicles is not locked behind weight class, which is I think is for the better, to be honest, because the Bullet Bike is like a very cool vehicle, and it was nice to see some characters in that Bullet Bike. You know what I'm saying? And they could just increase the size of it and whatnot. The next bike that I would like to see from Mario Kart Wii is the Magic Cruiser. The Magic Cruiser is basically Kamek. It basically looked like Kamek. Hey, he was reduced to the item. Hey, why not reduce him to a fucking vehicle? Like they did with my boy Rob. Cause Rob got robbed of being the character. Cause if you look closely in one of the clips of Mario Kart World, they actually made a bite that looked like Rob.
Hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
From the Smash Brothers series, Rob from Smash Brothers. And a lot of people know Rob being in Mario Kart DS. I wonder why he never returned afterwards. They just kind of left him in the dust. But Rob has been reduced down to a vehicle, just like how Kamek's been reduced down to an item. Isn't that crazy? That is crazy. But being reduced down to, I don't know what's worse, being reduced down to a vehicle or item. I can't really tell, but we'll see. But the Magic Cruiser was very known for having very high off-road in Mario Kart Wii. And I would like to see the Magic Cruiser coming back in Mario Kart World. It was a very cool looking vehicle to see. I always thought it was nice, and it had a nice niche back in Mario Kart Wii. And then the next vehicle I would like to see from Mario Kart Wii is the Wild Wing. One of my favorite looking karts in Mario Kart Wii. I love it, man. That vehicle looks awesome, and I hope that they bring that back. They probably might bring back a vehicle similar to it. They probably might have the P-Wing back, because the P-Wing vehicle was like in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They probably might put that vehicle back instead of the Wild Wing, but I did like the Wild Wing's design a bit better. I'm a big fan of that vehicle, and I hope that they bring that back. And another and final vehicle that I would like them to bring back from Mario Kart Wii is the Flame Runner. Funky Flame, y'all remember that iconic combo, bro? People love Funky Kong Flame. It was the best combo in Mario Kart Wii, and it still is the best combo in Mario Kart Wii. And the Flame Runner is a very cool looking vehicle. It's also called the Bowser Bite. Many people call it the Bowser Bite if you're in EU. But the Flame Runner is a very nice vehicle that I would like to see in Mario Kart World, and it would be very cool looking to have all these different characters ride on it and all of that, because that vehicle was locked to only heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? Back in Mario Kart Wii. But we're gonna have to see. And plus, they already brought back a vehicle, one of the vehicles that I know of, which is the Dolphin Dasher. That's been brought back from Mario Kart Wii. We seen the Dolphin riding the Dolphin Dasher in one of the MK World trailers. We seen that. But that's pretty cool that they brought back the Dolphin Dasher. That means they could possibly bring back some more Mario Kart Wii vehicles. Okay, this is my full thoughts on this whole vehicle change. I think the whole vehicles is a positive to the series. It allows the vehicles to have their own identity, and then makes more vehicles more memorable that way, with their own uniqueness and their own unique stats and all of that and whatnot. You know, that's what I really like, for more unique vehicles and all of that. And I also think the fact that the game is going to be a lot easier to balance. Nintendo's definitely going to do balance changes for Mario Kart World, like they did with MK8. Because if they did it for that game, who's to say they won't do it with this game? It's possible that they won't, but there will always be a best vehicle in every Mario Kart game. And we're just going to have to see how the meta be and the competitive side of Mario Kart World. And also online, you're going to see how many people are going to route the same combo. Out of all the billions of bikes and carts that Mario Kart World has, you know, billion is just an exaggeration. You already know. But out of all those carts and bikes that they have in the game, I wonder which one is going to come out on top. Or which select few. Because I know I would preferably to have at least 10 vehicles at least be like some of the best vehicles in the game, instead of just having only 1 or 2 vehicles. Like especially with Mario Kart Wii, it was very, very brutal if you weren't using flame running or Mach Bike in that game. I get that Mario Kart Wii balancing was very lopsided, and I understand that. But I think for the balancing of the game, I think will ultimately be better. And I think the vehicles being whole again is ultimately a positive for the Mario Kart series. And I hope they continue in the next game and the game thereafter and the game thereafter, that they continue the vehicles being whole again. Because, you know, the car parts were cool, but I think it's inevitable. It's about time that we get back to the classic way of playing Mario Kart. The classics. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let me know what your thoughts on this whole vehicle debacle. Let me know. And what you guys think in the comment section down below. Because I personally like the vehicles being whole again in Mario Kart World. And like and subscribe. And see y'all later. Peace.